So freehand, on the back of the machine, I'm going to drop the feed dog down. Just unscrew the normal presser foot and keep that presser foot on the top of the machine so you don't lose it. And I'm going to get the freehand embroidery foot. Okay, so this one looks slightly different. Put that on and then screw that in place. And with freehand, the best stitch to use with this is just a straight stitch. So keep it on the straight stitch, but I'm going to just make the length a bit smaller, so I'm going to move it down to 2. And I'm also going to just increase the speed just a little bit. So now I start sewing, I can take the pins out because it's all held together. And put my fabric in. When I set off on freehand, same thing, as you set off in one position like that. It's now secured on the fabric, so I'll just stop and just snip that top thread off so it's out of the way. I'm going to hold the fabric with both hands so I've got lots of control. But basically, remember with freehand you can move the needle wherever you want to go, so it's nice to draw in patterns. Another thing you can do, if you have got a patterned fabric, like a cotton, you can follow the pattern on the fabric. So say on this side, you could actually go around some of the shapes, and then that creates like an indentation of that shape. Keep your fingers well out of the way. It's easy to go over your finger with freehand. I'm just going to speed it up a little bit more. Those one over quite a lot. Something else you can do with freehand with quilting, you can put little holes into it as well, which I think I might have shown you before. So just come on thread. So when it's going quite fast, sometimes that can happen. So when your machine comes to stretch, just make sure that it's all threaded up the right way before you thread it back through the needle. So another thing you can do with the freehand quilting is if I just fold that in half, I can cut a little hole into it, like that. Okay. And as I'm sewing, I just set up again in one position. The best thing to remember with freehand is not to move it too quick. If you're moving it too quick, the stitches are going to jump. Just go with the machine, just go nice and slow with the machine. With the hole, you can just go right over, like that. Again, just be careful with your fingers, but you do need to work with it quite closely so you've got some control. Make sure that the foot goes over. So what I'm doing there is I'm just going right over that gap. It's quite nice to create an effect that you want another fabric to be behind. It creates that quite nice sort of webbed effect. Okay, so it creates that kind of webbed effect on there. That's quite nice. And the other thing with freehand, especially on quilting like this, is, as I was saying before, like this piece here, if I've really worked into this, surface, then cut shapes out, it's actually almost all sealed, and then all I'd have to do is maybe put it back onto normal sewing and do a little zigzag around the edge, and that would be quite sturdy to actually make a series of them, if you wanted a series for a necklace, or even to make them into little earrings or something like that, or even like for a bracelet. Yeah, so that's something to bear in mind for the jewellery sort of aspect of it.